Good afternoon, sir. My presentation it's on chapter 9, question 2, and the question is explain how and why healthcare epidemiology programs are essential to quality care. I started by defining epidemiology. So, epidemiology is a study of patterns of frequency and the causes and effects of diseases in human populations. In other words, epidemiology studies the distribution and determinants of health-related states and events in specified population. So, by studies, I'm making reference to scientific, systematic, and data-driven, and the determinants are pretty much the causes and the risk factors. And the population could be either a neighborhood, a school, a city, a state, or sometimes a country, even globally. So I decided to give a little history on epidemiology, which dates back to about 400 BC. That makes the science of epidemiology almost 2,000 years old, or about 2,000 years old. And back in 400 BC, Hippocrates attempted to explain disease occurrences from a rational rather than a supernatural viewpoint as it was back then. And sometime between the 19th and 20th centuries, epidemiology methods applied to investigation of disease occurrence. And this was mostly focused on infectious diseases. And in about 1930s to 1940s, it was extended to cover non-infectious diseases, and in about 1980s, it was extended to studies of injuries and violence. And in recent time, as in today, public healthcare workers worldwide use epidemiology to characterize the health of their communities and to solve day-to-day problems. I used a case study of healthcare associated infections, which this data from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention showed that healthcare associated infections are among the leading causes of preventable deaths in the United States. In hospitals alone, the CDC estimated that 1 in 25 patients has a healthcare associated infection, totaling to about 722,000 from 2011. And it goes further to mention that drugs such as antibiotics, which are designated to treat bacterial infections, are sometimes uh, tend to infect patients rather than treat them. And these are some of the things that have been discovered due to research on epidemiology research. And epidemiologists are able to isolate situations like this and to be able to come up with more better options at addressing patients and treating situations, which makes it very important. I came up with a few uh, programs that how epidemiology helps to save lives, which is done through surveillance, data validation, public reporting, outbreak investigation, and so on. And due to time, I cannot go to explain all of this. So my sources were mostly gotten from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention and from the Society of Healthcare Epidemiology of America. Thank you.